So hi guys, it's Rachelle here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you, I don't know, these are so great. These are Baxter Blue glasses. They're blue light glasses. So basically if you're editing late at night or sitting at a computer all the time, they block the blue lights because it's blue light influences your sleep hormones or something. Anyway, so that's why I've got these on. I don't actually need glasses, but I actually really like the look of them. Anyway, they're Baxter Blue. I'll put them in the description box if you want to get yourself a pair. Now, anyway, so we are back from our holiday to the UK and Denmark. We went in for all of May and a little bit of June. So we had a really great time, and I didn't really pick up the camera as much as I thought I had, or I had kind of planned to make a lot more videos. When I reviewed it all, I'd only taken mainly photos, especially for England, the part where we're in England. When we went to Denmark, I've got a little bit more footage, but I thought today I would revive the family photo night. I don't know if you guys ever used to do this, but when someone went away on a holiday for a long period of time, like they go to Europe, and then we'd all get together and have a look at all their photos of their trip away. Wait, this is like when I was a kid, before Facebook and everything. So I thought I would do that. I thought I would share my photos. I'll do a voiceover as I flick through the photos in the like coming up after this, and yeah, just share things that way. Anyway, I am sick, so I'm really sorry about my voice. It's not the best, but yeah. So my next lot, I do have a couple of videos from our time in Denmark, because that was cool. We went to Legoland and we went into Copenhagen for a week, and then we also we stopped in Singapore. So I think there's a little bit more footage of that, so I'll put those together for you. And at the end of this video, after the photos, I do have a house tour of the little barn conversion that we stayed at when we went to North Devon, which is like, if you know England, it's kind of like there's that kind of leg sort of bit. Devon is kind of like in that area, sort of west of London, and it's well known as being like the surf beach kind of area. I think, I could be wrong there, but anyway, people there are like a bit more beachy, and it was really cool. It was a nice little spot that we went to, and we stayed in a barn with our friends, and that's cool. So I did a little room tour just to show you around that, because I kind of love that, of when people go away, like seeing where they stayed. And anyway, so enjoy, and I will see you on Friday for Thank YouTube It's Friday. See you soon. Bye. So we stayed with our friends Kate and Gary and their kids. Yeah, it was really nice staying with them. We were so jet lagged when we first arrived. One of the first things we did when we arrived in England was we went to Moores Valley. It's a country park with a Gruffalo trail, and they had a steam train with a couple of engines, a couple of stations, and this beautiful big playground. It's so cool. It had all sorts of cool stuff to play with, and the kids loved it. They also had like a lake and forest walks and all sorts of things. Then we went into Hythe, which is a little town near where we were staying, which Kate and Gary grew up in. And yeah, it was just really nice, actually. Just really beautiful and green and picturesque. And they have one of the longest piers with a pier train. That's where we are. And then we went into the little town. Max has always been really funny. Like, he just can't take him seriously. Another thing we did, we drove up to Devon and we stayed there. This was after Rolly had arrived. We stayed in a little town near Barnstaple. I can't remember what the town was called. We were in this little barn conversion. It was really cool. And it was freezing. But we still played on the beach like you do when you're British. Like, play on the beach in fully clothed in your winter clothing. We had a really nice place. Then we went to the honey farm. We tried a honey cream tea flight, and just to try all the different honeys that they made. It was really cool learning. And of course we had the Sunday pub roast dinner. That was delicious. I feel like I might be flicking through these too fast because there's a lot of details, but that was so good. Oh, and then we went across to the Beaulieu Motor Museum, which had the world of Top Gear. If you know anything about Rolly, you know that his #1 obsession is Top Gear, and we still watch the old episodes almost on a daily basis to this day. It was really fun though. To be honest, we all like Top Gear. Max likes to take photos. And they had some other, like the other section of the Motor Museum, they had some really cool old things. on display, like old cars and caravans and fast cars and all the rest of it. Yeah, so you know, that was a nice day out for the boys. I like it as well. Then we went for lots of forest walks. We went to Wilverley Plain, and this forest was like such a Gruffalo forest. Oh, and then we went on the boat. Kate and Gary's auntie and uncle had a boat. They've got a fishing charter, so we went fishing. The Needles are these rocks. They used to spike up into the sky, but apparently they've fallen down. It was a beautiful day. Yeah, you wouldn't look at that and think it was so cold, but it was a beautiful day, and when it wasn't windy, it was really nice in the sun. Yeah, so this is our place where we stayed when we went up to Devon, a little house tour for you. We hired a Jaguar. It was very fun. Rolly loved it. He liked driving the country lanes. Yeah, so this is the old barn. It was called the Poose Hill Barn. It was right across the road from a pub called the Pig on the Hill, and it was such a nice pub. I just loved, like, it just was like, I feel like I'm living in a dream, like seeing this house like made of stone blocks. I don't know, it was just like, you can imagine. I love it. Yeah, so you walked in and it had these big slab tiles. We had all our gumboots and everything. It had this nice little opening. It wasn't very like deep, so like that's literally the whole width of the house, and then it was long because it's an old barn. So that was the first room. It had an ensuite and a big cupboard. The kids were down watching telly, and one family was in that room. 2 girls on the floor. And then it had a big laundry room, which was cool, and I was fascinated by that thing. It was a boiler. It is for the central heating, which, you know, obviously we don't really have that in Australia. Yeah, definitely not in Queensland. So this was the kitchen. Bit of a mess because we had been there already. Like, this was one of the last days before we left, and I loved how the fridge was like hidden. I like that idea. Yeah, and it had this cool table so we could all fit, because the kids were on the bench seats, and yeah, we could all just kind of like elbow room. Had a nice little outdoor area for the dogs that was fenced in, and then it was upstairs. Oh, there's a toilet as well. That was like another bathroom. So it had 2 bathrooms and 2 en-suites, and it was 4 bedroom. Yeah, so then it had this nice little nook of a lounge room where we could all sit and be cozy. Yeah, watching the footy, of course. Watching the football, I should say, which is soccer. And the little bathroom. I love those windows, like, oh, just, yeah, and that was like looking out over the front kind of driveway area. And yeah, then it had, so the first bedroom was like where we thought the older kids would sleep, Max and Maggie, but Maggie wanted to be in the room with her parents, and Max wanted to be with me, or, you know, be with us. So we put a mattress downstairs. And there's another window. I just love the window. I love the buildings in England. Oh yeah, and you can hang your wet clothes on the radiators, and it dries it really fast. That was Max's room. Rolly usually ended up in there, or usually Rolly, but sometimes I ended up in there as well, just to keep him company, because we couldn't all fit in our bed, this is our room. We couldn't all fit in the queen bed, so most of the time it was me and Lewis in one and Rolly in the other with Max. It was a cute little room, and the bed was so comfy. A bit small from what I'm used to, but that's okay. And these are the en-suites. Yeah, so that's it. That was our little place. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!